Welcome into this edition of Red Devil Roundup. I'm Jared Revlett, Public Information Officer for Owensboro Public Schools, and I'm joined now for our spring sports preview with the head baseball coach of the Owensboro High School baseball team, Logan Johnson. And Logan, thanks for joining us here this morning.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Well, baseball season's almost here. It's that time of year where, in the major leagues, pitchers and catchers are about to report, and everybody's excited about the baseball season. Your team about to start practicing and looking to build on a very successful year from last year.
That's right. We returned everybody. We didn't graduate any seniors last year, and so we have all our talent coming back, and we're introducing a talented freshman class onto the team. So we're looking forward to a good year, getting off to a hot start, and we start tryouts in a couple weeks, and even though the weather doesn't dictate that it's baseball season, we always start a little cold, and then it tends to warm up during the season.
We'll talk a little bit about that last season campaign, 21-9 on the year, a phenomenal season. But in this district, historically, it's been very tough to get out of the district. And last year, we saw the first round loss to Apollo in the district.
Right. It's a very, very competitive district. We try to make small adjustments and small victories. And last year we won a few district games in the regular season, and that was a goal of that team last year, was to win a few district games during the season, and then hopefully get some momentum towards district championship and postseason play. So we made some of the goals that we set for ourselves last year, and now it's time to take the next step.
Well, this is historically been a baseball district. I mean, all four of the high schools here have always had really good baseball programs. Talk a little bit about that baseball culture here in the city and how it affects the guys that play.
Yeah, it's tough. We've got a lot of talent in the county and the city, and then the coaching staffs at each high school are very strong and very talented and have a lot of experience. So every year we just try to get a little better. This is my 5th year coaching, and I think I've seen improvements every year, and that's really promising.
You have all your seniors back or you have the whole team back from last year. Didn't lose any seniors off of last year's squad. What's the importance of having that core group of guys back, everybody back from last year, and not having to fill any new spots? Yeah,
it's huge. Just to have all that experience. We've had some guys that have been playing at the varsity level since the 8th grade, so they have 3 or 4 years of experience already under their belt, and we've got a lot of good leaders, and that can take a team a long way. And another thing is our team chemistry is incredible. I can walk away from a drill and still know that they're going to get the job done and work hard and get their reps in, and it's just really refreshing that this team can kind of guide themselves and police themselves in the locker room and the clubhouse. So it's really refreshing to have everyone back and all the experience that goes with that.
Baseball can be a long season. It's a bit of a grind sometimes.
Sure.
Talk about going through the season with these guys and those trips that you take. I know there's usually a trip there at the beginning of the year,
right,
usually to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how that experience down there, playing a lot of games in a lot of days, helps those guys throughout the season.
It's been a problem for us in the past because we didn't have the depth of pitching to go down there and play 4 games in a row. But now we're blessed with a large pitching staff and a lot of quality arms, so our depth is great, and we can go down there and we can throw 1 through 6 at them at any given time, and they're going to get the job done. So the depth of pitching has really helped us with that. And then as far as the season goes, we try to break it up into 3 different segments. You got your before spring break and spring break together as the beginning of the season, so you kind of see if guys can blossom into potential starters down the road. And then you got the middle of the season before district play, where we like to really challenge ourselves and see what the kids can do. And then district play, which is crunch time, where we have to get some wins and get ready for postseason play.
And you mentioned the crunch time there in district. How do those tough district games prepare you for the postseason?
The best part about it is that we see really quality arms in this district. So every game that we play that it's against Catholic or Davis County or Apollo, we're going to see a quality arm, maybe 2, and that really prepares the kids for, if we have a tough weekend schedule away and we see some good arms, we're prepared for it. And then obviously in the postseason, getting to see some good quality pitching helps our hitters out a lot.
Well, you're very familiar with the team. You got everybody back from last year. Who are some of those core guys that are going to help lead this team throughout the season?
Yeah, so we've got Griffin Hare and Dakota Dole have seen playing time since the 8th grade in varsity level. Had a little success early on and have continued to grow as players at the plate. One's super aggressive and one is a very patient hitter. So they're two different types of hitters, but they each get their job done in different ways. Then we've got Lance Lewis and Blakely McAllister. Blakely is our captain behind the plate. He's the general of the field. He keeps the guys motivated, keeps them on track, and also leads by example about how hard he works in practice and in the classroom. And Lance Lewis is a veteran pitcher for us. He's been pitching for 3 years at the varsity level, so he has a lot of experience on the mound for us. And he had a little bit of an injury-riddled season last year, so we're looking for him to bounce back and eat up some quality innings for us. Then we've got a couple of juniors who are just a positive influence on all the younger guys that we have. Collier Higgs and Eric Epperson are really just positive mindset all the time, and they push our younger guys, and they'll pick them up and pull them along with them, and are a great influence on our younger guys.
So you got tryouts coming up pretty soon, but once those tryouts are over, it's time to get into the grind. Talk a little bit about those first couple of weeks of practice when the weather may or may not cooperate for baseball
Right.
season.
You know, we're blessed at Owensboro High School to have an indoor facility that's large enough to accommodate our entire team with 2 full cages, and then we have 2 mounds that we can throw off of, which is crucial for any beginning of the season because pitching is always the first thing that takes a while to get the conditioning in. So we get arms in condition earlier than other teams because we have a great facility. And then we also are able to utilize the turf on the soccer field. We could take a full round of infield on that, and our infielders are going to get all the ground balls they need, and our fly balls for the outfielders all they need. And so we're ahead of the game at the beginning of the season than most programs because of the facilities we have. So we like to get out to a hot start. We've got a schedule that should be favorable to us earlier in the season before we get down to Fort Walton, and we should face some challenges down there. And then when we get back, we've got weekend series on every Saturday in April that are incredibly difficult games. So it's really going to be a test to our guys to see who's going to step up and who's going to contribute for us and how we're going to be down the road in district play.
Well, a phenomenal season last year, 21-9. But what are some of your goals for this 2018 campaign?
I just want to see kids grow. I've really tried to harp on the academic aspect of being a student athlete. You know, last year our team GPA was well over a 3.0, which I'm very proud of. I'm proud of the kids and how hard they worked in the classroom. And that's not taking any easy classes. These guys challenge themselves in and out of the classroom. So one of my goals is, again, to have well over a 3.0 GPA on the team. And then, when it comes to baseball, just seeing them all get better and work hard and become close as teammates and develop those lifelong friendships that I know I have with my teammates in the past. And, hopefully, if everything works out and we work hard and we play hard, I think we'll be pretty successful on the field. So that'll take care of itself once we do the other little things.
Well, we'll know in just a few weeks. His
That's
tryouts
right.
will be here, and we'll be into baseball season full swing. That's head coach Logan Johnson of the Owensboro High School baseball team. Thanks for joining us here on Red Devil Roundup, and good luck this season.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.